straightforward steps. So over by Snowball's desk, there is another desk that has rulers and pieces of paper. You are going to need 5 pieces of paper and 1 ruler. As soon as you get your 5 pieces of paper, you are going to take 2 of them out and you're setting them aside. Your name needs to go on the edge of your paper. And right here. Okay? It's important that you put your name on the edge. Why would it be important that we didn't put it in the middle?
Because you can see it, it'll be visual.
You can see it, and when we go to cut these out, you're going to miss your name. So if we put it on the border, you're going to still keep your name. Right, Jalen? You going to stay with me, Jalen? Nice. So on your other 3, these are going to serve as the composition of your project. What do you think each of these will serve as? Let's read the objectives. I can use foreground, middle ground, background together in a composition.
Foreground, middle ground.
One's going to be a foreground, one's going to be a middle ground, and the other one's going to be a background. All right. So on these as well, you're going to put your name. And then after your name, you're going to put a little dash, foreground. And you're going to label each one. One's a foreground, one's a middle ground, and one's a background. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Are we writing in the middle, and are we writing big? It is important that you guys use a pencil for this. I am using a pen because if I wrote in pencil, everybody would have kind of a hard time seeing it. This shows up better for demonstration purposes, but you guys need to use a pencil for this so it can be easily erased when you're finishing up your project. After your paper has been labeled, foreground, middle ground, background, you're going to take your ruler. You're going to line your ruler up on the edge of your paper with a pencil, not my pen. Draw a line. You're going to do this across all of the borders, and you will be lightly doing this, okay? Why is it important for us to have borders on our papers?
Or fold.
I'm sorry?
So you know where to fold.
So you know where to fold. That's, yeah. If I didn't have these borders here, you see how this cloud is? If I didn't have that border, my clouds would fall in my tunnel book. Like they would just like be down here. It wouldn't look very nice. So it's important that all 5 pieces of your paper has this border. Once you have everything labeled with your name, you have a foreground, middle ground, and background, and you have your borders outlined on all 5 pieces of paper, you can begin sketching with pencil your composition on your foreground, middle ground, and background. In my foreground, on my 3 little pigs, I did a cauldron in the foreground, and I had some grass and I had a flower. In my middle ground, I sketched out a house, 3 houses. In my background, I added some background trees and some different things from nature and clouds. Does that make sense? Do we have any questions? No? How many pieces of paper do you need?
5.
Do you need borders on 3 or all of your papers? All of your, yeah, that's right. You need to label foreground, middle ground, and background on 3 papers. Understood? Mm-hmm. All right, get to work.